week you heard what I had to say about the Blackburn Rovers Hull City game at the K-Com, but now we're going to know the Rovers supporter on the line, and he's standing by with his thoughts. That's right folks, back once again with another video. This time we are hearing from another Rovers fan as we edge closer to kick-off Hull City against Rovers at the K-Com. We'll talk about that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, world football related. We're going to all here under one roof. And here we are. It's one of the hottest places on earth, Death Valley, and I've got on the line Tom Schoefield, who is a die-hard Blackburn Rovers supporter, and he joins me live on Scofield. There you are. So hello Tom, for my small corner of the YouTube universe. Tell them a little bit about yourself and why on earth you support Blackburn Rovers.
So as you said, well, I'm Tom Schoefield. I write for Rovers Chat, and I do bits on podcasts with Rovers Chat and also BRFCS. My story to how I support Rovers is pretty boring. My dad supported them and I never stopped, basically. He took me to the games there, that's where I went, and I suppose you could say, sadly, I just carried on, like I said, and yeah, been tough, you know, especially being local to the area. A lot of my friends are Burnley fans. But yeah, I could not support them now. They're my team, always will be. And yeah.
Now, obviously, Rovers come into this match on the back of a victory against Middlesbrough. So first and foremost, tell me how you're feeling after that match as we edge closer to this one against Hull.
So after the Borough game, I'm feeling a lot more confident than I was, I would say. It's important not for us to get ahead of ourselves. I think it was a decent performance against Borough, and I think we were good value for the 3 points, but it's also important to remember that we weren't able to break them down, really. Our goal came from a penalty, so it wasn't in open play, and that would be my big criticism, in that even though I thought we played well, I think we just lacked the cutting edge, weren't able to get through, break the Borough defence down, and that was disappointing. You know, we endeavoured a lot, but we failed to actually break through. It didn't matter though in the end, obviously. 3 points is 3 points. Doesn't matter how they come. As Mowbray said, you know, it was an ugly game. It wasn't attractive to look at. But 3 points is 3 points, and it was important that we got them, you know, just to calm things down a little bit, because I think that, you know, people, and probably include myself in that, get a little bit carried away, worrying about results and whether we're going to win one and when we're going to win one. 3 points, you know, it's good to get them. It's good to get something on the board, and it's something we can build on now.
Obviously the transfer window has slammed shut. Rovers doing a bit of business. In your eyes, as a Rover, who do you think will be our signing of the season?
So, obviously, we've made a few signings. I think the standout one for me is Bradley Johnson, and probably Greg Cunningham as well. I think Johnson's a really classy addition in the middle of the park. I think he's top quality. You know, he just seems to have that little bit of something about him. He's combative. I know that I think him and Travis are still learning to play together, but I think they complement each other really well, and we're starting to see signs of that. You know, Travis, they both have the endeavour, they both have that combativeness about their play. But they've also got a bit of quality on the ball, especially Johnson. I think he's going to be a really good addition. With Cunningham as well, I think that, you know, Bell was okay. I've never been his biggest fan. I always felt that he didn't do what he could do. Because I felt he was a bit, you know, nervous to do it, if that's the right word. I expected more from him, and with Cunningham I think we've got a solid player who can both attack and defend, and do so well, you know. So yeah, I would say them two are the two standouts. If you're going to make me pick one, I'll go with Johnson.
Okay, so let's say you just bumped into a Hull City fan in the middle of the street. Who would you tell them that you know, basically, who's the man that's going to cause them problems on Tuesday night? You know, obviously a lot of people would go with Bradley Dack, but who would you choose?
So the player to keep an eye on, I'm going to go for a youth player. who I think we should be keeping an eye on, and that's Joe Rankin Costello. Now, to those that play Football Manager, I'm sure that you're all well versed in him. He turned into quite the player, especially a couple of games ago. Yeah, I'd say keep an eye on him. I think he's proven that he can. He can play a couple of positions. He's got that flexibility. He's been implemented at right back in pre-season when really he tends to play further up the field. So he's got that about him, and I think that this could be his breakthrough year. Also, there's obviously John Buckley. I think he's not hurt his chances at all at breaking through this year. I think he played well against Borough when he came on. He created some chances and probably unlucky not to score. Probably should have done better with the chance that he had, but he blasted over the bar. So yeah, I'm going to go with them two.
Alright, so we're edging closer to the kick-off. Tuesday night is the big one. K-Cop, Hull against Rovers. If you were the Mowbray, if you were the gaffer, who would be in your starting 11?
So I'm predicted starting 11 for the Hull match. I think he'll keep it the same. He went back to that winning formula of Dak and Graham, and I think he'll stick with that. I think he'll stick with playing Gallagher on the wing because I think he likes his endeavour. Gallagher might not be a winger, but he worked his socks off, and for me, he was the man of the match against Borough. So I think he'll stick with that. So yeah, it'll be Walton in goal. I guess Bennett, Lenihan and Williams and Cunningham as your back four. Travis and Johnson. Then obviously Gallagher, Dak and Downing with then Graham up front.
Okay. So yeah, we've got your starting 11 now. Obviously, season started off a bit ropey for Rovers. Where do you ultimately think we'll finish this season?
So yeah, like you say, there is still much of the season ahead. I'm going to say that we'll finish 12th. That was my start of the season prediction. I'm going to stick with it. I've not seen anything to suggest we'll finish any higher, but I don't think I've seen much to suggest that we'll finish lower. For all the complaining about the Charlton performance, we dominated the ball. It was our inability to break down a resolute Charlton defence, and then they caught us with two sucker punches. So I didn't think we played badly. In the first half against Fulham, we were also very good. Just didn't put the ball in the back of the net, which is obviously an issue. But yeah, I'm going to say the 12th, like I said. We've played well without putting the ball in the net enough. And that's why I don't think we'll be any lower than 12th, but I don't think we'll be any higher either. I'd like to think we could have a run at the playoffs, and I think that whilst that is the stretch target, the stretch goal, to use some Steve Waggett lingo, yeah, I think it would be nice to have a go at the playoffs, and I'd love to see it, and I think that is the target. I can't see us finishing any higher than 12th.
Alrighty, so let's take a grand look at the Championship now. Who are your picks for the drop?
I think that Charlton will drop off and go down. I think Lyle Taylor seems to have started well, but I do think they'll drop off and eventually end up going down. I think Reading are struggling. They've spent a little bit as well. I think they brought in Lucas João, didn't they? But they're struggling. So I'm going to say Reading. I think that's going to carry on from last season. And it might be a bit of a strange one, but they've struggled so far. And finally, I'm going to say Luton. I just think, you look at Luton and have they got it? I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at the size of the club there and I'm doing them an injustice, but they've lost some important players from the promotion from League One, and I think that they'll end up getting relegated.
And what about the top of the table? Who do you think? Give me your three teams that are going to make it to the Premier League at the end of the 2020 season.
I made an actually outlandish prediction in the BRFCS pre-season podcast that Leeds would struggle this season and Bielsa would get the sack. I'm going to quickly go back on that because I've been made to look like a fool with Leeds' good start. I'm going to say this will be the season that Leeds make it back to the dizzy heights of the Premier League. I think they were unlucky last season, just fell off. But I think this season they'll improve, and I think they'll make it this season. In second place, I think Fulham's quality will see them through. I didn't particularly fancy them, but you look at the players they've got, the likes of Kearney, Mitrovic, these are top quality players. Mitrovic especially, and we all know what Kearney can do. We saw it at Rovers for 2 seasons, and he punished us the other weekend. So, they've got the quality of players. And then the other team, I'm going to say West Brom. I think Billick is a good manager. They might have lost a couple of players in J. Rodriguez, but I still think they'll do well. And plus, they're on my coupon to go up, so they best do. But yeah, that's it. Those are my three to go up.
Okay, now, so I'm just going to imagine now that I'm a genie in a lamp, Aladdin style, and I come out of the thing and I grant you one wish, and that wish is to pick a player, any player from the Championship. If you could take them and pluck them into Rovers starting 11, who would you take?
I think someone like Mitrovic from Fulham. I mentioned before his quality. He's brilliant at hold-up play, knows where the back of the net is, and that's what we need. We need someone to replace Graham, and I think he'd be the perfect foil for that. So yeah, I'd say Mitrovic because, I think despite bringing in Gallagher, we need a striker, and Mitrovic will be the perfect type of player, I'd say, to bring in.
Alrighty then, quick last one for you, Tom. The money question. What's the final score going to be? Tuesday night, Rovers, Hull, KCOM. What's it going to be?
I'm confident about Tuesday. I don't know if I should be. Maybe it's the fact we just beat Borough and I'm recording this on the evening after the game, so I'm feeling a bit more confident than I should be. But I'm going to say a 2-0 win. I think we look strong in defence against Borough, and I hope that continues. And I fancy us, but I always fancy us, so I don't know if that's good or bad. But yeah, I will say 2-0 Blackburn with a goal from Dak and a goal from Gallagher.
Well, thank you. Thanks again, Tom, for your time on this, whatever day this is. But I do appreciate everything you got. Hopefully we can catch your thoughts in a post-match review. Win, lose or draw. Hopefully it's going to win for the big fat Rovers. But until then, I'm going to let you get out of here.
Thanks.
That's pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you do, smash the subscribe. New videos pretty much every single day. And if you want to be a fan just like Bobby or just like Tom, make sure you get in touch with me, whether it is in the comment section down below, or you can follow me over on Twitter at Roverseas. And DM me that way, folks. So yeah, Hull City next for Rovers. Can we make it back-to-back wins in the league? Well, we haven't got long to wait. So until then, thumbs up, subscribe. Oh, and this is Death Valley. Did I say that? This is Death Valley, boys and girls, and it is baking. Smash the subscribe. Ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.